What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Sacktown Hoops and Hype. I'm one of your hosts, Carl Thornton Jr., right here in the building. As always, got my boy, Coach Mark, right here in the building with me, man. What's happening, Mark?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I be doing better, bro.
Yeah.
I done seen better
Yep.
days, man.
Hmm.
I done seen better days, bro. This is the Kings podcast, right?
Yeah.
And we talk about the Kings, right? And they suck right now, right?
That's the nicest way to put it.
The nicest way to put it, right? So we're 1-4 right now. We're 5 games in. People say let's give them a 10-game sample size,
Mm-hmm.
but I seen this happening in the preseason just
Mm-hmm.
because you just kind of see it.
Yeah.
You see it developing, right? They
Yeah.
they play a little bit better. They play a little bit better than they did in the preseason.
Yeah.
But give me your opinion in 5 games. Like, what you thinking?
I mean, they play some great basketball. There's some good basketball being played. Me and you talked about the other day.
Yep.
It's just, man, like when it comes down to it, when it counts,
Yeah.
it could be, whether it's a 2 minute gap or whatever the run may be, and that pretty much decides it. And I know there's times in the game where, you see a lot more defensively that we're kind of giving up baskets and kind of relying on our offense to make up for it
Yep.
and stuff like that. And, we can go back to as far as Sabonis being a, kind of pick and roll liability.
Ooh,
There's
man.
a lot of teams are hunting him out, because if he's in drop coverage,
Yep.
it's a three. If he's closing out, he's already up high where, a lot of guys are blowing by him. It's just one of those things to where, the Kings, they're in a situation based. I know they got a couple guys that are defensively not great,
Yeah.
but it's just, I know it's not easy also to kind of like be a great defensive team. That takes chemistry, takes a lot of stuff that comes together.
You want to hear something crazy?
What,
The Kings are 16th in the NBA right now in defense.
16th?
16th, bro. What?
Yeah,
16th, bro.
that's our like right middle.
Yeah. Like let's talk about it like this. Like, so if the offense actually catches up to the defense and they
Mhm.
keep that 16, if they stay
What are we in offense?
28th.
Oh, okay.
So, and the main reason why we're gonna break these games down. We're gonna break them down completely. And I'm okay. Let me ask you this, okay? Aside from some of the young people on this roster, like who has surprised you so far this season? We haven't really seen Neek. Can't talk about him.
Yeah.
Who has surprised you, good or bad? This is so fun.
I mean, I want to say, defensively it's been Levine,
Okay.
because we know the offense has always been there.
His
So
defense has been like
yeah,
nice though, right? Like it
yeah,
hasn't been
yeah,
like crazy, right?
yeah. It's been a good sign as far as good step up as far as him showing commitment to the defense, stepping up. Offensively, I think Schroeder.
Yeah.
It's a lot of jacking up shots, a lot of just
Like bad, like surprising you in a bad way.
yeah, like he'll get the ball and he'll just jack it up. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Or when he does a 3-pointer, he
Yeah,
does it and he just like leans over. Like, what are
man.
you doing, bro? Like you
Yeah,
ain't Steph Curry. Like you can't you like come on, bro. You gotta
yeah.
put more into
Some
it
of
than that.
those,
Yeah.
decisions like that. It's just, those are the two right there.
Yeah. Surprises for me. DeMar DeRozan.
Mm-hmm.
How bad he is at stopping the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm thinking like just because what the situation is, right? He's a veteran. He's been in the league for what was he 16, 17 years now?
Yeah.
Whatever it is, right? And you just think at some point homeboy wouldn't just stop the ball as much as he does.
Yeah.
Now, you're watching the game, first half is beautiful. He'll be moving the ball around. Third
They all
quarter
will.
it just goes out the window, right?
Mm-hmm.
You pass him the ball, and as soon as he turns around at that 3-point
Yep.
line, it's over. You
Yep.
just know, like, ain't nobody getting the ball. There was a possession, there was a point in, it had to be the Lakers game, where he shot like 8 shots in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Just got the ball and you just knew he was going to chuck it up, right?
Yeah.
Now, I don't have a problem with ISO ball. I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be in the flow of the offense.
Yeah.
It can't be like, and when I say ISO ball, I mean like, one person, doing their thing, right? His just looks slow and clunky, right? Everybody's kind of standing around watching him. He's just backing people down from the 3-point line. It just looks nasty,
Yeah.
right? Versus like another type of an ISO player like a Shea,
Yeah.
right? Shea breaks you down. He does his thing. it's a much faster process
Yeah.
than watching DeMar DeRozan back somebody down for 15 seconds.
Well, I think there's a difference too with DeRozan's game. Like it's kind of like being repetitive as far as him. You know, the baiting of him
Yep.
trying to get a call is coming,
Yep.
right? Like he's going, he's gonna. It's always there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yeah, he'll go up sometimes, but you know the post up and the spin back and your fake shot is coming, and it's just like,
Yep.
you know, and like you said, difference between OKC and us with Shea and all that is that ball is moving, and when they get it, they're making a move.
Yep.
Schroeder, DeRozan, they're holding it. They're waiting to see what we got. Like
Yep.
there's a different flow to the game. You know, if that ball is moving, once you get to certain players, it stops.
Yep.
And now we're just trying to go 1-on-1 because we got spacing.
Yep.
And it's not on the catch. It's not a rip and catch or catch
Yep.
and rip to go to the bucket.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And it's just a slow tempo kind of thing. And it is like you said, there's times first and second quarter.
Yep.
But I don't know what it is about that third quarter that
Something happens, man.
I mean,
like
it started with the first game of the season with the
Yep.
Suns up 17, 19 points, and then nasty third quarter.
you know what? Let's take a look at the box score from that game.
Yeah.
because that was like a prime example of nasty ass basketball right there. That was nasty ass basketball. So DeRozan, you know what? He actually didn't play that bad if I just look at the numbers itself. But sometimes the numbers don't actually tell the story of how
They killed
impactful.
us with threes in that third.
Absolutely, man. So DeRozan, 29 points. He was 12 of 17. That's beautiful. 1 for 2 for 3. He had 4 for 9 from free throw.
Yeah.
Zach LaVine, man, that dude has been balling. Like I have nothing
Yeah.
bad to say about
No,
LaVine.
consistent.
Like nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He put up 30 points, right? That was like that game was I was a little bit encouraged because I was like, okay, we got this 1-2 punch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we had Schroeder.
And that was without Sabonis.
Without
And we were
Sabonis.
talking too that day, you know,
Yep.
as far as when we were talking about bigs, it was like, man, if we get somebody that just plays their part, you
Yep.
know, like lets these guys space it out, and get paint touches and just be a cleanup guy,
Yep.
like Eubanks can be and stuff like that, where you don't rely on your star center. You know
Yep.
what I mean? Like let these guys be who they are. And that's like I said, it wasn't bad basketball.
Yeah, for sure.
Like I said, Eubanks was rebounding, everybody was hustling, Saric was in there.
Yep.
So like I said, it wasn't like we required a lot from those guys. It's just like I said, play your role to the best you can and get rebounds, second chance points.
Yep.
Limit them to one shot. Let's get it and go.
Yep.
Because when we're in transition, that's what we want to do. We want to push the pace and get easy buckets because we're athletic.
Yep.
Everybody, even Russ, year 18, that man
He gets
pushing
busy.
the ball every time.
Yep. Yep.
So it's just like you said with Sabonis in there, when he gets it on the come up, he's not looking to score. He's looking for,
Yep.
slowing it down. Let me see what I got instead of kind of giving it up.
Yep.
Which is not bad. I don't mind our center pushing the tempo a little bit, but when your eyes aren't to the bucket and kind of looking for a paint touch on a fast break,
Yep.
what you should be looking for. Let me see if I can get to the paint.
Yep.
Now if they collapse, now you got the kick.
Yep.
But he's kind of bringing it up, stopping at the 3-point line, and then
Yep.
there's our fast break.
Yep,
you know
it's
what I mean?
done.
Yeah.
Yep, yep. I noticed, and I don't see how an NBA team does this. I was watching my son's team play the other day, and they ran the same exact offense, right? They come up, and they just pass the ball around the perimeter. We don't got no cutters. Nobody's even looking to score.
Yeah.
There's nobody. I cannot understand how an NBA team does this. Now, the little sixth graders, I can understand that.
Yeah.
But you're grown-ass men
Yep.
out here playing basketball that you done played your whole entire life. You got a full-on coaching staff of
Yeah.
former NBA players. That my thing is going haywire.
Yeah.
How are you running an offense? And this happens when Sabonis is in there most of the time. When and I've seen this in the second half where he's up there on the top of the key, and they're just doing that little dribble handoff.
Yeah.
And it's non-existent no more. You
Yeah.
see his assist numbers are down. People have, they know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but there's nobody like, and you're a coach.
Yeah.
You always have to try to be scoring the basketball, right? Not just going through the motions. Like, where are the scoring plays, right? We're just passing the ball around, right? I was looking at what game was that? Must have been it was one of the games. It wasn't Phoenix. It was let me see. OKC. We had that game in the bag, right? They just kind of blew it down the stretch. But like towards the end there, they didn't
Yeah.
They just, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
what are y'all doing? We're
It's
all
just
standing
basic
around.
basic offense. Like you said, nobody move. I call it like passing statue.
Yeah.
I tell my boys like, don't pass in statue.
Yeah, for real.
Which is just,
Yep.
like anybody can do that,
Mhm.
right? The ball's gonna find energy. If you move, your eyes are gonna see it.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like you're gonna that and you said it. Like there's a lot of time where we'll get it and our eyes are not faced at the hoop. They're like
Looking for the pass.
they're looking here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's just like Sabonis will set screens and he won't roll. Like even he'll always like take one step and then he'll pop back out.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's like, for him to, just roll all the way to the basket. And if
Yep.
you don't get it, then come back and reset. You know what I mean? Like force that switch.
Yep.
But when you pop as a big that can't shoot, the defense is there to help. You know what I mean? And if you get the switch, big, now, we talked about it before. Nowadays, the switches just happen automatically.
Yep.
So it should be no problem for Sabonis to kind of get somebody
Man,
like
that
a
dude-
Shea or somebody on him if he just rolls hard.
He's terrible.
You know what I mean?
He's
And
terrible.
that's what a lot of teams are doing to us. Like I said, they're switching, they're rolling, and then we're driving. We're getting the help from the other side and
Yep.
kicking it. Who's that guy in the Suns that killed us on that run? Like, nobody knew his name. It's just like Laravia the other day with.
Oh, that was
I don't know,
damn.
He looked like a great value.
Yeah.
I don't know who it was. Like
Damn. I made a post about him too. You talking
Yeah.
about the young little point guard, the little dude that was just ripping us
I
up? Like,
think so.
yeah,
He's hitting 4 threes and I'm
yeah,
like,
man, just killing us, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I made a post about that game specifically, right? Because you got Devin Booker, Jalen Green, he's out right now,
Yeah.
right? You just got Devin Booker, you got Brooks, right?
and he had like 21 or 25.
You know what I
on him.
mean? He stirred up the whole pot, right?
Yeah.
But I'm sitting here thinking like Devin Booker cannot be the icing on the cake, right?
Yeah.
You can't let these other guys kill you.
And then when it's time,
and then he takes over. The dude
Yep.
scores 70 points in the NBA. So
Yeah.
he's capable of giving you everything you can handle and you
Yeah.
can't really do nothing about it.
Yep.
And they started off really nice. And I'm like, cool. And then I seen little homie. I can't remember his name, but
Yeah.
I know you talk about though.
he
He
looked like just off the streets, just
and he just crossing them up. He just doing
Yeah.
his thing, bro. Man, they can't stop him.
yeah.
And then Devin Booker decides he just wanted to get involved.
the
You know what I
last
mean?
4
Like,
minutes, 5
man, I'm
minutes.
just like, you cannot let that happen,
He
man.
gets
Like,
to his spots.
that's it.
And it's
That
just-
mid range,
Yep.
that Kobe pull up,
Yep.
bam. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We got to have some tough conversations, bro.
Yeah.
Because some of this stuff just ain't working.
Yeah.
Right? What do you see so far? 5 games in, like what's just not working?
Certain lineups, of course.
Yep.
You know what I mean? A lot of ball handlers, and I get it. What I do like is that the amount of bodies we're using.
Yep.
It's good and bad, but that's how you build, within, your team. You give them these guys minutes that they need.
Yep.
Essentially, it's easy to point here and say, oh, why is this guy doing this? Why are we playing him? Why playing that? Because we might need him eventually,
Yep.
right? And it's better to get him court time now. And then we got to think also, what's the long term plan? I heard it from, I think Carmichael Dave had his thing going on the other day, and we all know that this isn't going to be a team at the end of the year. Hopefully, something's going to happen.
It has to happen
Right.
pretty
So
quick.
with that being said, these guys that are maybe shouldn't be playing right now, they're going to be relied on,
Yeah.
right? Because if we're going to go partial rebuild, half rebuild, then those guys that we don't essentially know or rely on, they're going to be relied on, right? So who's the backup big or the power forward? What's his name?
Maxime Reno,
No, the other one.
Isaac Jones,
Nope. Yeah.
Eubanks. I don't know, bro.
He was like a light skinned dude, but he's getting minutes, and it's like,
Oh, you talking about Cardwell?
yeah,
Yeah. I like him.
we're gonna be able to have to rely
Yeah.
on him too.
Yeah.
If we get rid of Sabonis,
Yep.
if we do some of this stuff, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, yeah, it's not good, but it's gonna get rough. It has to get rough before it gets good.
Yep,
You
for
know,
sure.
and we don't know the whole back, the story of what his GM's plans are for the future.
Yep.
But I see, I don't see as far as the momentum and caring about much about the playoffs. More of we're looking at the draft.
Yeah.
Of course.
Ooh, I hope they're looking at the draft, man, because
Yeah.
we can't go on like this.
Yeah.
Like
I
this
mean,
is crazy.
At the end of the day, we can't be as bad as Brooklyn's going to be. You know what I mean? There's a lot
Yeah.
of team that's going to be bad,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
we can't be that bad. You know what I mean? Like they're going to get the number 1 pick. So it's going to come down to if we're do we tank, and if we do, how bad is it, and then who are we rebuilding with? And
Yeah.
I hope Levine's part of that rebuild.
Yeah.
I hope he's willing to go through it and stuff. But my first two would say DeRozan, of course, because of his contract, and then Sabonis just because like I said, it's just I don't know. I've seen the writing on the wall from from the draft pick
Yep.
that we got on, and then talking about rotation wise, I don't get why Max isn't being played more.
Yeah. At all, right?
Yeah,
Like,
and it's
ain't
just
that at
like,
all.
I don't know what they see in practice that doesn't allow him to kind of get floor minutes, especially like he did get a little bit when Sabonis was out,
Yep.
but to have a guy that can kind of stretch it out and wants to play defense, block shots, has arm length, IQ, young, athletic.
Yep.
Why doesn't he get
More playing time. Yeah. 7'1". That's the size we need. He's the only 7-footer on the squad, right? Like, why aren't we playing him? Now, the crazy thing about it, and Kings fans are crazy for this. 5 games in, fire Doug Christie. Stop it. What are we talking about, man? Like, this roster sucks.
Yeah.
He didn't put the roster together at all. He inherited just a terrible situation from the past regime anyway, from Mike Brown.
I think there's nothing you can do as far as just with these fans to make him happy. Like, who do you want? Like Phil Jackson? Like, who are we gonna go out and get? There's no
there ain't nobody.
Mark
really.
Jackson. Like, nobody out there is good enough. Like, let's do like once again we keep bringing it up. OKC did.
Yep.
Trusting somebody.
Yep.
A player's coach, a guy that you see the team loves to play for him.
And nobody even knew who he was. Who the hell is Mike Dognaut? I don't even know how to say his name.
Yeah, and it's like that's a guy. Like I said, you got the guys that buy in, and how many rough seasons did Oklahoma City have?
A bunch of them. They were
all left.
Yep, they were talking about that too. Then of course they had the Trey that brought Shea, right? But then after that, we talking like a 15-game season, 17-game season, a 22-win game season.
And it was just like 2 or 3 seasons before they won the championship that they were bad.
Yeah, they were bad. When the Kings had the Beam team, they were just just starting to pick up, and then all of a sudden, like, boom, they hit you with 50 something. Boom, they hit you with 68. Like it's hey, you can join me on here on TikTok too.
I could join on there.
Mm-hmm. I'll bring you in as a co-host. That way you can bring it on your thing. But yeah, man, I'm looking, man, and the tough conversation that I'm talking about, man, is it's Sabonis, man. It's a bonus, man. Like he to me, and DeMar DeRozan, of course. You know what I mean? Like DeMar DeRozan is. Let me see if I can find you.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find you on here. There you go, right there. Boom.
There it is.
But yeah, well, I don't know what I just did right there.
I think I'm there.
Oop. I don't even know what happened. Now I'm looking at some weird screen. But you on there though?
It says only using audio though. I don't know why.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. We trying to do some multi streaming stuff popping off. You guys can also follow us on YouTube at Sacktown Hoops and Hype on YouTube. You can also join us live if you go to sacktownhype.com, go to events, and go to join the conversation. You can join us there too. Let me see. We got a new goal. I don't even know what that is. I'm gonna bring that back. I don't even know how to bring that back. No. Oh, it says your mic is it says your camera's not on.
I know. It says live access. Live access needed to go live on video as a guest. You can go live on audio. I need, I guess, your permission.
Oh, okay. Let me see.
Not good enough for you.
That's weird. Let me see. Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
It's all right. I'll figure it out.
Yep, we'll do it next time or whatever. But yeah, man, like the glaring stuff that I'm seeing, man, and it's more relevant this year than it probably ever has been with Sabonis.
Yeah.
Just because now he's turning the ball over like a madman.
Man, the other day, what did he have? Like, who were we playing? It was the last game. Who did we play?
Chicago.
Yeah. He had it in the post.
And he turned the ball over.
Lost it.
Yep.
He shrunk himself from like 7, whatever it was, 6'11" down to like 5'5" with how crouched down he was with dribbling.
You know what's funny? All right, so Chicago, what's his name? Vucevic.
Yeah.
Right? He's listed at 6'11".
Yeah.
Sabonis is listed at 6'11". Do they even look close? They don't look close, right?
Vucevic looks bigger.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
And they're listed at the same height.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think, like, am I crazy for thinking like dude is not? He's not almost 7 foot. He's like he has to be. He looks like a 6'9" to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he really does. Like if you look at him next to KD, KD's taller, right? 7-footer.
Yeah.
Vucevic, like we were just talking about, 6'11", almost 7-footer. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that, bro. It's crazy. Like I don't know. It to me, we got to get bigger. We have a 7'1" player on the bench, and he's not getting any run. He's DNP. I even like, people were talking about Eubanks, right? The last few games I noticed with Sabonis, he's old. He just lets you come in there, and just do a layup, right? And he just either he's looking to to rebound the ball, or he's just ready to take the ball out already.
Yeah.
Eubanks at least swipes at the ball. He's going to come in there. He's at least going to get a block or two.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to me, I think the first player that needs to be moving, it may be controversial, but I'm thinking Sabonis, man. I
I
think
don't think it's really controversial. Like so I think people are starting to finally see it. It might have been controversial beginning of the year or last year. You know what I mean? Like it's just, some people, can kind of see it, which is, not a bad thing. But at the end of the day, it's better to realize it before essentially you get nothing. You know what I mean? And there's teams that can use his services. You know what I mean? Still a good player.
Absolutely.
But based on, like I said, what, we need and our future-wise,
he just don't fit. Like the fits. People were killing me about saying that.
Yeah.
They're killing me. What are you talking about? And then they waited for the first game back. He had like a decent game or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But then you just see again, like the turnovers, man. The turnovers are crazy, man. Like he had 4 turnovers against OKC. I know he had about 4 against Chicago. Like he's just a turnover machine, and then it happens
like that horrible foul that he gave up on Hartenstein. Even though Hartenstein missed the free throw, like you're standing there and just like, let me just
kind of push him, give up the and one.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. He gave up
not
that.
even a hard foul. We're just swiping across the arm, making sure he's not going up.
Yep.
Right, you got to earn these two. No, you're going to get an and one, so you're getting the 2 points no matter what.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And then, let alone Hartenstein missed the free throw. Who didn't get the rebound? Sabonis.
Which is crazy because you talked about it. That was right where he was supposed to be. Where the hell did he go?
Yeah.
Like
he went to the front of the rim to box out nobody.
Nobody there. The ball
the guy
just
that
bounced.
he was supposed to box out went to go get the ball.
Man, that right there irritated me, man.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, you let who came and stripped the ball from
Lou Dort.
Lou Dort.
Just
no, in Chicago game. No, you're right. You're right. No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just come and strip the ball from him like it was just nothing. He just and he's I'm like,
yeah.
Man, he's just he's soft to me.
Yeah.
Like I don't know, man. He's super soft. He bangs, he shoulder, whatever the case may be. But then like you get your chest stomped on, you got black eyes and scars every single game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you're getting your ass whooped out there. And I don't never see him flex up on nobody.
Yeah,
ever.
He didn't flex, but when he was here and he got the and one, and he did it right, and then he missed a free throw, like and one, like flexing,
and then goes and bricks it. Yeah. Now I'm talking about like when somebody's punching him in the face, like he's getting fucked up all the time, bro. Like somebody's always cracking this dude, bro. Like he's got scars. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying that he's a good player. You know what I'm saying?
Says your live is paused.
Oh, did it pause? Oh, because probably because that the kids calling me. Sorry, you guys.
Yeah, like I said, you're getting beat up, and it's just his productivity. You're starting to see as far as just like I said the other day that being the first option is not it anymore.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like to have the triple doubles is still good, but I mean you can still have the mindset as far as getting the double.
Yep.
Rebounds and assists.
Yep.
Right? Rebound, kick it out.
Yep.
Your assist, or on a fast break, get a paint touch, kick out.
Yep.
Right? Something like that to where, it's not like we can't rely on just your points aren't going to be relying on as much. You know what I mean? Like, what's not to say you could easily get 10 points, 12 points, which is not bad.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't see him being the 20, 25 point scorer because just based on the lineup we have, which is one thing. But like I said before in the last podcast, to rely on him for a championship run is not a foreseeable thing, you know what I mean? Because when it comes down to it, The only one person you can rely on like that is Jokic. You know, all these
Yeah.
other teams with the bigs, you're not going to rely on Bam. You're not going to rely on Cat. You're not going to rely on Aiton in the Lakers. You're not going to rely on
Yeah,
any of these
nope, none of
bigs.
them. Yeah,
You know
for
what I
sure.
mean? They're going to come do their thing. They're going to have games where they can score, but it's guard heavy or wing, just that kind of league now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That those guys are gonna have the ball in their hand, and then making plays to where, your big's just gonna be the one that's kind of getting some of those passes or rebounds, and that's how you play the game now.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking too. And then we talked about it. He just has to play a role. He can't.
Yeah.
We can't run the offense through him. He can't be a focal point. He just literally has to pick and roll. I want to say pick and pop, but he's just not there yet. That 3-pointer looked absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
Right. Like, how are some of these other guys able to put a 3-pointer together?
I'm thinking in my head, like, I heard it the other day that you said it, but like I think we're like, what are we, 6 games in, 7 games in?
Right. 5.
You know how many 3-pointers he's made all year?
1.
4. Like,
Really?
yeah.
I was I
But
wasn't
still,
even
like,
give him the benefit of the doubt.
his attempts, like, he's
Yeah.
shooting.
He's definitely shooting them.
He's shooting, and like he had 40-something% last year.
Yep.
And it's like,
And then it dropped off a cliff though.
and it's like to hear 4 though, and knowing that like there's
He
games
supposed to be
where he's
working on
putting
this.
3 or 4 shots.
Yeah.
And it's like, if you're getting green light from Christie, that means either he's seen you put the work in, or I don't know what it is, but to have only 4,
Yeah.
and knowing that you're at least shooting these, it's kind of like.
Yep.
And then you're missing free throws.
Yep.
And it reminds me of the Warrior series. Same thing you're getting. Bad shots, no mid ranges, missed free throws.
Yep.
That's what killed us. Essentially in the Warriors series was free throws.
Free throws. Yep.
Barnes couldn't fucking make a free throw when we were down to it.
Yeah.
He was getting fouls, hitting some shots. All we had to do was get fouled, and all of a sudden, miss.
When we need him the most.
Who? Oh, you're talking about the
Free throws, yeah. When we need him the most.
exactly,
Like, you know what I mean? And one or something like he
Yep.
had the other day, goes to the free throw line, he bricks it.
Yeah. And that game we barely won by 1 here, right? The one? Our one game?
That was our one
Yeah.
game against the Jazz. Yeah, we
Yeah.
barely squeaked that one out.
And
You know another thing that pissed me off too, and this is on Doug Christie, man. There was, I believe it was against the Lakers, right? The Lakers are pretty much injured. They don't have anybody on the court,
Yeah.
right? They had, let me see who they ruled out, because it pissed me off, man. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why are you with all these big giant lineups that people are running out, right? Utah rolls out this big ass lineup, right?
yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hold on. Who they roll out? The Lakers rolled out. They rolled out Ayton at center, right?
Yeah.
Austin Reeves. Oh, it's not giving me the starters. Hold on. Let me look at that. Okay, look. This is who they rolled out. Gabe Vincent. He ended up getting hurt. Austin Reeves, DeAndre Ayton, Hachimura, and Smart, right?
Yeah.
Super small, right?
Yeah.
So instead of capitalizing on that and coming out big, you know who this? He countered. He counters with Levine, DeRozan, Sabonis, Ellis, and Schroeder. In the game before,
When we played Utah.
we rolled out a bigger lineup, right?
Hey, Utah, I called you too. Utah tall, like,
They're huge.
man.
But I'm just trying to figure out, just from a coaching standpoint, and I really don't like to switch our starting lineup to match up with somebody. I'd rather do what we do,
Mhm.
and then if the team, if it's not working, that's cool.
Yeah.
But let's do what we do. Let's see if they can handle what we do before we decide we want to start matching up. Because to me, you just missed the opportunity, one of the only opportunities to be bigger than a team, right? Because they got Smart. I mean, who was at the 4? Hachimura was at the 4. What, 6'8"? He's a bigger dude. You know what I mean? About Keegan size.
His game.
Yeah.
He kind of reminds me of, like, offensive wise, like a great value Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
Similar shot.
Great value. Damn. Yeah.
Like he's gonna get you some shots, get you some open buckets.
Yep.
Like I liked Hachimura 2 years ago.
Yeah. Yep.
He was in trade talks with the Lakers.
Yep.
And it's just because to me, he's more of a true power forward.
Yeah.
He's got the body size. He can score from 3 levels. He plays defense.
Yep.
He's gonna make mistakes too, but position wise, like we need to start filling these positions with position players,
Yep.
right? Instead of just, this is who we got. This is who it's gonna be. This is who our power forward is. Like, as much like we said before, like a lot of guys out of position. And if we had this lineup when we were younger, when these guys were younger,
Yeah.
DeRozan and Levine are the same position.
Yep.
DeRozan's not a 3.
Or a 4. They've been
Yeah.
sliding that dude to the 4.
Yeah, and he's like 37 years old, and it's like, what do we like? We can't be doing this to this
Yeah,
guy,
yeah,
you know what
yeah.
I mean? Like,
Yep.
and I get it's one thing or another, but in the day, like, essentially sometimes we're playing 3 shooting guards,
Yeah.
and it's just
Which is crazy. And we started with 3 shooting guards. We had Ellis, DeRozan, and Levine starting against the Lakers.
Well, you said also because there's some lineups too that Schroeder will play the 2 if Russell's been in the 1 last
Yep.
game, so Schroeder was the 2.
Yep.
Russ would push the tempo, so it's like essentially 4 sometimes, and it's
Yep.
just like, even when Murray comes back, well, can't we wait to have Murray back? That's not going to be the answer
No.
because he's out of position.
But then on top of that, if you just look at the way the offense is, he's going to be buried in the offense because, again, you got Levine, who's been playing really well, by the way.
Yeah,
And then you got DeRozan, who is playing okay, but damn, man, against the Lakers, he had 21 points, 9 of 22. That's just disgusting to me. Like, you shot 22 shots to get 21 points.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That means you chucking it, bro. And the percentage isn't that bad. We're talking about 45%.
one that's Westbrook has been a little good surprise.
Oh yeah,
the
we
only
got a
thing-
couple of good surprises. Monk.
Yeah, the
Monk's
only
been
thing I
balling.
didn't like about the other day with Westbrook, I think, was OKC. Started out, I think the first 4 minutes he hit like 3 threes,
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
and then he had 15 points into the game.
Yep.
And it's like, so you scored 6 the last 3 quarters? Like,
Well,
that's not. I mean, we need to keep pushing the ball. You know what I mean? Like a player like him,
Yep.
to have 3 threes, and Russ is not a 3-point shooter to get him going. It's just like that should be, Russ should be in with 25.
But I'm thinking though, man, it to me it's that symptom of having DeMar DeRozan, man,
Yeah.
because he just disrupts the offense so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And just the way he does it when he just stops and he just backs you down.
Yeah.
Everybody's sitting there just waiting for the ball. Nobody's getting the ball, or they just don't do nothing. Like if he was on my team,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go hustle on defense.
And another thing, instead of standing there, like, you could easily cut back door.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Because a lot of times they are still sending the double on those to try to do a back door kind of pick off of him because he's back to the thing. So if you see your man watching the ball, just try to cut back door. You want to try to get that defense in scramble mode.
Yep.
So that way, if we have any kind of advantage, it's offensively, because defensively it's not the best right now.
Yep.
But we're not even getting backdoor cuts. We're not, nothing like that. And then the guy that we were supposed to get, on the offseason, that a lot of people were like, bashing, like, why are we pushing for Kuminga? Why are we doing this? Why do we need a player like that? Man,
why.
like if we would have him coming in front of DeRozan instead, and DeRozan off the bench.
Yep.
You got 2 vets pushing, off the bench, Westbrook and him. And the guy's, dropping 20 points a game over there essentially almost.
Easily in the flow of the offense.
Yeah, and he's not forcing anything.
Yep.
And the Warriors aren't the Warriors anymore. You know what I mean? They got Steph, which is he's going to always be Steph. But it's not the spacing wise that they used to have. It's just unselfish ball movement and just finding somebody. And just like Christie, they're getting their green light, but those guys shoot with so much confidence over there that they're using a 4-year, a 4-year player out of college,
Yep.
as a rookie, and giving him minutes and relying on him, and they're just trusting within what they do.
The Kings never do that, right? We draft somebody and then we bury him on the bench, and every once in a while we'll get like somebody like a Cousins or Tyreek Evans or De'Aaron Fox where we actually play him. But damn, man, it's like it seems like we don't develop talent here.
Yeah.
Like we've had an opportunity to draft Steph Curry, Giannis, Klay Thompson, Lillard, pretty much every Kawhi,
Everybody.
pretty much every single star that's in the league right now.
And we got Jimmer.
We got Jimmer.
McLemore.
We got McLemore. Thompson, Thomas Robertson, Marvin Bagley, right? We could have had Luka
Jared Jackson or whatever, not the other one, the other Jackson that don't play in the league anymore.
I can't. I know you're talking about
He went to the Suns.
Yeah. And the crazy thing is, like, we don't even know if these players would be them if they played here in this system, because we have not had a track record of actually developing talent.
Yeah.
That should be like, when you're as bad as long as we've been bad, you would think the focus should be on not these veterans, but it should be developing these talents.
And
you know what I mean?
Like I said in the beginning, that's what we're starting to see, which is good. Like, yeah, it's gonna get rough, but we have to. Like,
Yeah.
when Clifford comes back,
I like
he
him
just
a
got
lot, man.
upgraded to questionable,
I
which is
love
good.
that kid, man.
He's gonna get tick,
Yeah.
but it's just give Max tick, give all these guys time, man,
Yep.
because at the end of the day, like, we see what's going on. Yeah. If you could take one good thing is, you could try to take one good thing is that all these losses haven't been that bad. They've been 3 possessions, 4 possessions away from being 4-1,
Yep.
something like that, 5-1.
It could have been flipped. The record could
Yeah,
easily be flipped
like the
around.
OKC game was right there.
Yep.
The Chicago game, if we don't let them go on a run,
Yep.
and that was the only game I think that we lost by double digits.
Yep.
I
For
think
sure.
the other ones were all single digits.
Yep.
And like I told you in the beginning too, there's going to be a lot of, before the season started, was a lot of games that are going to come down to defensive possessions and, close games because that's what the league is now,
Yep.
right? Scoring is not a problem, right? Because the defense is never there for all these teams.
Well, for us it is.
Yeah, the other day, I watched it while I was working, man. I turned the game off because I knew it was going to be bad. The lowest I've ever seen score. You see the Clippers and Warriors game?
I didn't.
It
Even
was
get
like
that.
78 to 90 something. And that's like the 1990s basketball right there.
Yeah.
Like
Barely
they
getting
scored
100.
78, the Clippers, and they killed us in the preseason.
Yep.
But watching them, like, man, you were jacking up threes, trying to just hunt for shots. But like I said, for majority of the season, you're gonna see 125 point games, 130 point games.
Yep.
We see that NBA now is adjusting the rules to let scoring happen. Otherwise, Reeves wouldn't have how many free throws he had?
Yeah,
51 points.
22.
The next day he had 41. Like
Yep.
the league is set up for guys to score now.
Yep.
Wemby, and even Luka was averaging before he got injured 40 points a game.
Yep. The crazy thing is we don't have a slithery guy like that.
Yeah.
We got
Well, I
Levine.
mean, Levine's still 30, 35 point.
Yeah.
You know,
But he's not slithering
Yeah, yeah.
though. Like he going to like that dunk he had the other day, bro. That was beautiful. When
Yeah.
He just went there and just did his thing. Like,
drove the lane. Well,
man,
he
I
wanted
love
to
that.
because he's back in Chicago.
Absolutely.
I
I have nothing bad to say. And we talked about him in the preseason too. Like, man, he's one of the keepers, man. People were talking about that trade with Fox, like we just lost it terribly.
Yeah.
Man, this dude is putting up
He's carrying right now.
superstar numbers.
Yeah.
Right here, right now.
Yeah.
Oh, his money. Who cares? Right? He puts up the numbers when he's healthy.
We're gonna have to pay somebody.
Absolutely.
We're gonna have to pay somebody. Like
Yep.
and it's just up to him. Like, do you want to be part of it or don't you? You know what I mean? Like, so the money probably is not gonna be an issue based on what we do this year with trades.
Yep.
Because if we do trades, I don't think it's gonna be for even money. It's gonna be for more picks than anything and some
Yep.
cheaper players to develop and just if we can get like Dallas did, they got a Max Christie. Somebody that's been with a good organization, built, has confidence.
Yep.
He's doing his thing.
Yep.
And then the other guy that killed the Warriors the other day, that got traded from the Warriors to I think the Wizards with that Jordan Poole deal. He lit him up for like 32 the other day.
Yep.
So like I said, there's a lot of guys that have talent.
Yep.
Like, you don't make it to the NBA by not being talented and really good. It's a 15-man roster, right? So it's like, and every year there's a new player coming in. So the last guy on the bench gets moved out. Not to say that last man isn't good enough,
Yep.
but it's just in the right situation.
Yep.
He can be a key piece for some team. So it's like a lot of people think, oh, why do we have him? I sent you that screenshot. Somebody said, why are we playing Eubanks? What do you
First
like,
game, Eubanks had 4 blocks. When
Yeah.
has Sabonis ever had 4 blocks in any
Yeah.
game? Period. You know
And
what I'm
it's just,
saying?
they're enamored with certain stats.
Yep.
Instead of just what we need at the time or
Yep.
what the game requires, who you're guarding, and stuff like that. It's just they don't see that. They just see the names and
Yep.
what they expect and expectations and this and that. And it's just like, man, like there's more to everything. Like, that's what we talk about, the casuals. It's easy to get on there and be a keyboard person. Like, oh yeah, well, this and this, and everything. But it's not like that. Like,
Yeah. It's more to the game than just the name in the box score.
Yeah.
There's other things
It's
happen.
based on, like I said, and also why are we putting, well, is Sabonis in foul trouble? Is he turning the ball over? Is he not playing defense? Like, there's a lot of things that don't show up on the stat sheet that matter more.
Yep.
Like I said it before in another podcast, was like, man, like, when you're playing and you're hustling and you're diving on the floor, that's what we want. That's the contagious stuff.
Yep.
At the end of the day, you're not going to say or go back to maybe the defensive save going out of bounds.
Yep.
But it was maybe a key part of the game.
Yep.
And it sparks something. That's kind of stuff that we look for as far as team-wise because, yeah, you're going to have your 1 or 2 guys that are your, scorers. but you got the guys in there that are making the difference in the game.
Yeah.
That kind of like is contagious, and that's what you want.
Let's play a little game. Let's play a little game called.
You do these without telling me any kind of update before this. Just letting you guys know. Like you didn't tell me about any of this. It's just like that's what we're doing today.
This one popped in my head, man. This one popped in my head, and this is called, and this because the roster construction is just so terrible with the Kings, right? And this is gonna be, I guess, predicting what the roster could look like. And the game is called Who Would You Rather Have? Okay. Who would you rather have? So we'll go through the starting lineup, and it's going to start off easy, and then it's going to get a little tougher as far as the choices goes on who you rather have. So let's start off. DeRozan. Who would you rather have? DeRozan or Nick Clifford?
Man, I'm gonna go with Neek just based on the development, like I said.
Okay. Zach LaVine or Keon Ellis?
LaVine.
Okay. DeMontis Sabonis or Devin Eubanks?
That should have been the last one I asked. 'Cause I need to know who you're putting in after that. Man, hate me for it. I'm gonna say Eubanks.
Eubanks. Okay. Would you rather have Dennis Schroeder or Russell Westbrook?
Westbrook.
All right. Now, let's go with Devin Eubanks or Maxime Reynaud.
I mean, I gotta go Reynaud. Like I said, like I'm all for, as you can probably tell, I'm all for the youth movement.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Reynaud is here for a reason. We use that pick on him for a reason. He can play, he can shoot, he can defend, he can do everything that we need him to do. And there's no liability right now.
Yep.
If this is going to be the worst of the worst season for us, he needs the minutes.
Yep. Okay. So far we got, you said Westbrook?
Westbrook, Reynaud, LaVine, Clifford.
And then we're just leaving Keegan out because Keegan, I don't even know, we don't even have another backup position for that.
Yeah.
We can't really use Keegan, but I'll just do it for shit's sake. Keegan or Isaac Jones?
Keegan.
Okay. Keegan or Cardwell?
Keegan.
Okay. Pretty much Keegan is pretty solid, right?
I mean, so we paid him. He's going to be part of the core.
Yep.
So that the one I went with, it's all youth, all comers. Those are the 4 out of those 5 guys I see being part of the 5-year rebuild.
Yep.
If we got a 5-year.
Yep.
Clifford, Reynaud, of course Keegan signed, and then LaVine. Hopefully, we get a re-sign.
All right, let's go with Westbrook or Reynaud. Or not, I'm sorry, Westbrook or, and I'm going to predict this in the next 2 years, this guy's going to be at the point guard position, Clifford. Westbrook or Clifford?
Yeah, you got to go Clifford.
Okay. Let's go LaVine or Keon Ellis.
I'm always go LaVine. Like, I like Ellis, but, I mean, I'm going with a guy that's what I've seen commit to is becoming sort of a two-way player. I don't mind Ellis's game, but I still think he's undersized, and the mistakes he makes, like you can see when he makes mistakes. Like I know you know what I mean? Like I know I should, and it's like he does it every time, and it's just like some of these, Matador defense.
Yep.
A lot of stuff where they're trying to back tap everything. That's the stuff I try to bake at my high school level. It's like, man, that's bad defense.
Yep.
Like it just doesn't work. These guys, like I said, are NBA players because they're really good.
Yep.
And the back tap defense isn't there. So when you do that, it's just 5-on-4, extra pass, and we're not rotating. Once again, the rotations are never there.
Yep.
And Sabonis always happens to be that rotate help player, and it's just
late.
He's gonna stand there and wait for the rebound that never is there.
It's always a layup. Yeah. I'm gonna do some breaking down too, bro, because I was seeing some of those, man, and it just annoyed me so much when I just watch him.
You can just see it happen. Like once you see it coming, you see where they're at. It's just a basic. All teams really got to do is run us a high pick and roll against Sabonis. All we got to do, because defensively we're not going to try to get back to our player. Like I told you, I told you in the beginning. I hope we don't do that. It's the same shit.
Yep.
Putting Sabonis on an island, and now it's either two things. Watch his body. If he sits and drop, fire.
Yep.
If he stands up high, blow by.
Yep.
And he's going to foul you. You're going to end one, or that help's going to come, and we're not rotating.
Yep.
And that 3 is going to happen in the corner.
Yep. I got another one for you. When we haven't talked about this guy, and we got too many 2 guards on the team. Malik Monk or Keon Ellis?
Monk.
Ooh, that was you didn't even hesitate.
Monk, yeah, no,
Really?
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Like I said, for him too, like for him, it's more the energy. Like Monk is looking like you could tell a guy that when he loves to play basketball.
Oh, he does. He plays with
He's
a
just
joy.
this year I've seen a smile on his face.
Yeah.
And
He's
he's been
balling
serious
right
the
now.
past couple years, but that guy's just a basketball player. Like
Yep.
you know what I mean? And he's gonna be who he is. But like I haven't yet kind of scratched my head yet with him. You know what I mean? Like I've been seeing some stuff, but we know, man, when a shot goes up, we're not like, oh shit. Like
Yeah.
we're thinking like
Yeah,
he's
that's
gonna
pretty
drop.
much
Like
for sure.
this is gonna be the spark we need.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like to where, yeah, defense. Keon probably gonna be a better defender,
Yeah.
right? Don't get me wrong, but like I said, just based on these close games and him being in there and fouling on the worst moments
Yeah.
is just,
Ooh, that game against the OKC Thunder, that play where he let what was his name? The lefty that was killing us the whole entire game. I can't remember his name. Some dude, second year
oh,
player.
light skin dude.
Yeah. That was just killing
He's
us.
supposed to be like the most improved player this year now.
Yeah, what? I can find his name right here,
I
man.
just seen it on Facebook the other day or today.
He's balling though, bro.
Uh-huh.
He's balling. Wallace. No, not Wallace.
No.
I'm sorry, Mitchell.
Yeah.
Mitchell. Yeah. What Keon Ellis did in that moment, and you could remember this play or not, on the perimeter. They're on that left elbow. He blows by. Keon's good defensive position, but he gets out of his way so he can poke the ball and just wide open left hand layup. Sabonis was way out of position anyway. They were running the zone. This motherfucker was at the 3-point line. Like, what are we doing, bro? Like, you know what I mean?
Ellis gets beat on a lot of backdoor
He
cuts.
does. Yes.
A lot of ball watching and like taking a step forward and then boom, they're gone, and
Yep.
then it's no recovery, and it's
Yep.
just like I've seen it a few times,
Yep.
like I said. So I'm not saying he's a great defender, but like it's just the rotations. Yeah, it's on Christie too. Towards the end of the game, it's just a tough thing to kind of ride with because same thing for me. Like if the game's close, the game is fluid. You can't have a lineup like, oh, this is gonna be my last five that I'm rocking with. Like it has to go off. Okay, the last 35 minutes or 30 minutes, who have been my guys
Yeah.
based on the game? Because you can't go off the last game. Every game is different,
Yep.
right? So Sabonis is not playing up to par. Like it's okay to sit him and play somebody that has been busting their ass the whole game and be like, okay, essentially, why is Eubanks playing? Because maybe in that situation, he's been showing good things against that person he's guarding.
Yeah, and he very okay. People talk about Eubanks, right? But he made a couple of mistakes on offense, like maybe he'll do like a post move or something that he
Yeah.
probably maybe a little bit outside of his bag.
Yeah.
But other than that, like he's been pretty solid. Like the defensive
And
end.
he's not going to make a lot of, if you want to simplify it, you want turnovers or block shots. Like,
Yeah.
which ones do you want?
Yeah.
Because, you can take the bonus in the name, or you can take a guy with hustle, or you can take a guy that's turning over the ball because he needs the ball in his hand a lot.
Yep.
Right? Like, so it's just defense is what we need. Like people were talking about, the other day I seen like a defensive rating between like 3 guys or 4 guys, which was like Levine, DeRozan's bonus.
Yep.
Like the worst defensive rating out of the whole league or whatever it may be. Like,
Yep.
yeah, it's easy to point them out, but like, there's 5 guys out there.
Yep. All right. Elimination round. Eubanks or Sarge. Whoever you pick right here is on the team, then that person is gone
The other one's gone
forever.
forever.
Not even in the NBA.
Oh man, we're gonna go Eubanks.
Eubanks. So Sarge, you're out. You're gone, buddy. We already did that one. We're gonna get tougher. We're gonna say Malik Monk or Dennis Schroeder.
Monk,
Gone. Oh, stay on the team or gone?
stay on the team.
Okay. So Schroeder, he's gone.
Gone.
Westbrook. Oh, let me get to this real quick. Westbrook or Devin Carter?
Come on, Westbrook.
You're not going with the youth movement on now?
No, not that one. Not that one. He's used, but this.
Bye,
Out
Devin.
here.
He been wearing a headband, bro. It's like it never happened.
Yeah, because his dad's genes catching up to him. Man,
He's gone. Devin Carter, you're gone, bro. Your first time on, you're gone, bro.
all he needed was one.
Westbrook, Malik Monk.
Damn. Man. That's a tough one for me. I'll go Malik.
Okay. Okay. Um. Damn. I I hate to do this.
Yeah. It was coming down to it. Like,
Zach Levine, Nick Clifford.
man, the student and the teacher, man.
At some point, it's going to come down to that.
Yeah, it's gonna come down to it. And this is like off the team. Like,
Yep.
gotta go Levine. Like, he's got another 5 years.
At least.
Yeah, being 30 years
No
old.
more Nick Clifford.
It gotta
Neek.
come down to
All right
it.
then, Nick. All right, Nick.
We're gonna pick you up on the waivers on the next one.
Sabonis or we still had a couple other people, but we're gonna say Sabonis or Cardwell.
Sabonis.
Sabonis or no, we're not even gonna do that. We're gonna get off of Sabonis. I feel sorry for Sabonis. I ain't gonna lie.
Eventually, he's gonna be out the team.
He gonna be gone anyway.
Just waiting for you to say Max, and it's like easy one.
Yep. That's what it was. But you already picked Max over Sabonis anyway.
Yeah.
Now let's do this with who you have off of the team. What's your starting lineup?
So I had Monk, I had Levine, I had Max. Who do I have?
You had I think
Banks.
you picked
Eubanks?
Eubanks. Yep. I think you picked did you pick Cardwell?
No.
Oh, Keegan Murray. We keep forgetting about Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
So Keegan Murray.
Yeah.
So you're 1, 2, 3, 4. You got who?
I mean, we switched it up because on the first round I picked, because I essentially don't have a point guard. Monk is back at the point guard because it was.
See, my thing is, and my theory is, I think Nick Clifford is gonna be the point guard, bro.
Yeah, I think so too.
Just because of his court vision, his ball handling, his size,
IQ.
Yep, and that's where the NBA is going.
Yeah.
And if you start you a 6'6" point guard, that makes us bigger immediately.
Yeah, he guards. Like I said, it makes the pick and rolls easier.
Yep.
You know, because you can get switched, and it's like there you are. You're, you know, we need to be at least 6'5", 6'6", and taller.
Isaac Jones or Domantas Sabonis?
I got to go Sabonis. Just IQ wise, they're not equal, but I've seen enough of Isaac to like. Yeah, no.
He's out.
Yeah.
All right then, Isaac.
I think Chrissy's seen it too.
I like his game though, man. I think like Isaac Jones, he
he
kind of
hustles, man.
kind of
Like,
warms up as it goes. Like the more playtime he gets, he kind of warms up. He does something very specific.
he's for sure like a hustle player like Kenneth Fareed and the tenacity like that, and like the energy without like the putbacks.
Yep.
Like those guys like Kenneth Fareed, and I forgot who else it was. Just guys that came in. Even Reggie Evans when we had him.
Yep.
Guys like that are
Just
just
hustling,
and they don't make the best decisions, but you see glimpses of them, but I don't know. I wouldn't say that his ceiling would be high, Isaac Jones, as far as like.
Yeah, he don't really have that. Like he's not gonna sniff all stardom. He's just gonna probably be a really good role player, right?
I
Like
see him
if
be
he
one of
can.
those floating ones, what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like even I don't. I think based on the situation, even over there in the Celtics with Kata, when we had him,
Yep.
he was decent, but for the right team,
Yep.
he'll be a good player, which I think Sabonis will.
Speaking of Kata, look who's on the floor
Yeah.
doing his thing right now.
I don't know. Can the people see it? They can't see it now. We got the game on.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm watching the play in right now.
Yep. Celtics in Philly.
No, but yeah, like I said, he's gonna play his part to where I think similar role. Like if you put Sabonis in a Celtics jersey, he might do well just based on him not needing the ball, and
He has to be he has to be third or fourth. Yeah.
and
for
that's
sure.
essentially what it is over there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You got Tatum when he comes back. You even got Anthony
Simons. Yeah. I like
a
him.
guy like that, and Brown and stuff like so, I think teams like that to where like you said, third or fourth option, not where he's first.
Yep.
Or second.
Yep.
If it is, it's this the 17 points. Yeah, it's good, but night in night out, there's going to be games where he sits, and back to small ball.
Yep. So let me ask you this, and there's going to be a trade that's going to happen. Not sure if it's going to be the Sabonis or if it's going to be DeRozan. One of those two are getting moved first. Not even sure. What type of assets do you think we should get back? Let's say I'll give you both scenarios, right? Let's say DeRozan. We move DeRozan. What type of assets do you look to get back?
I want to fill the 3 and the 4. I want, because if we got Clifford for the future, we got Russ mentoring him, even Schroeder. Those two guys with their mindset and how they do. Like Clifford, you put him in a room, it feels like he's just soaking it all. As far as you can see him with Levine. Sometimes, even during the game, they put the cameras on him. He's talking to him. They're, working on what he needs to do, and he's just, absorbing it and like, okay, So I, with him at the 1, and Keegan locked into 3. I would put him at the 3. Hopefully, Levine at the 2. That's what I do. Clifford, Levine, Murray.
I love that.
Right, and then if you get a solid 4,
now we're talking. Now we're talking a basketball team.
Yeah,
right.
Guys in position in the 4. Like I said, could be a stretch 4. Just think right there to where a 5. We said it.
We got one.
We got one. But if in the off season, we can go get like a Hartenstein or like a Plumlee or like a Zubats or somebody that's just gonna, play the center position.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And like I said, it sounds like a broken record, but somebody that's just gonna be there and hustle and get rebounds and block shots and and make sure that paint is their area.
It's protected. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Sure. For sure.
So, like I said, hopefully, asset-wise, even if it's 4 trades, it's 4 draft picks that fill in those spots. Because even out of college, everybody in college is 6'6".
Yep.
And taller, 6'5" and taller.
That's where the league is going, man.
And it's draft now with the Boozer twins, AJ, all that. They're all interchangeable.
Yep.
These guys could play, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Depending on the lineup. So.
Yep. Super athletic, mobile.
Yeah.
Me. If we were to trade DeRozan, I don't necessarily even want a player back, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'd rather have picks. Give me a unprotected or give me a protected first. You know what I'm saying? A protected first, give me a couple of seconds or something. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just to get he's taking up way too much air at that in that position right there. We don't necessarily need to get something back. But I do like what you said and where you're going with that though, because now we're starting to talk about if we work, we need a traditional lineup, right? If we have Keegan at 6'8" at the 3 rather than the 4, that makes us bigger because our 4 and our 5 theoretically should be bigger.
It's helping his body too, because just those 2 positions alone, right? You can go from maybe guarding who's a good 3 right now, like that's in their position.
I couldn't even tell you.
I mean, you go maybe a Jaylen Brown, Jaylen Brown, or even like a Tatum to guarding a Giannis. Like, there's a big difference.
Hell yeah, or even an Aaron Gordon. Like,
I'd rather him guard a Tatum.
Yep.
Than go a Giannis. A nightly basis.
Yep.
And then now say shoot the ball on the offense. Like, bro, I just guarded.
I'm gassed.
I'm sore right now, right? Like, and night out. You know what I mean? So it's like Keegan's a great defender. Put him against somebody his body size.
Yeah.
Right? Not forcing him somebody not to be. You see his brother's like smaller than him, but it's like, if we have somebody athletic like that, I think we're forcing the weight on Keegan.
Mm-hmm.
Like forcing it. Like he's not a 4. Like, I get it, but like when you think of a power forward, you don't think Keegan Murray.
Not at all.
You think of somebody that's like Hachimura.
Yep. PJ Washington, which I wish we would have.
Even on some lineups too, a Gafford.
Yep.
Depending if they have what's his name at the center, like
Lively. Yep.
Like, come on, I'm not putting Keegan against Gafford. Like that guy has a motor. Like,
even if he goes against AD, like that's crazy. AD, he's 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's
Gafford
that's
would be
crazy.
At the 5. Yeah.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and it's just like if you put him with a 3, like you said, he might have to deal, but he's athletic. He can play defense on those.
Think about these big lineups that they're rolling out. Think about Keegan versus a who did Utah roll out? I mean, they had 3 7-footers. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it was probably like Kessler or something like that.
Yeah,
no, Kessler's the 5, but probably Markkanen, like the 4.
They had him at the 3.
Oh, okay.
Did my thing know? They had him at the 3. Like that to me, like again, you're already under the 8 ball. Sabonis ain't too much bigger than him. You're already small, right? Yeah. So, I would think if we have to at all costs find a way to get Keegan to play the 3.
Yeah.
We have to. That has to happen. And I hope Scott Perry really is. I'm sure he knows that.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking like this is probably one of the goals here. I would like to see Keegan back at that 3 spot by the end of the year.
There was a picture I saved, and I'm like, okay, like we were talking about it when it happened, but it was like the Keegan that basically it was that draft.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the cheapest out of them all, which is crazy because it was Jabari,
Mm-hmm.
and I think it was like 2 other players that were like similar, but he like got the lowest, maybe a little bit more than Jabari, and Jabari was I think it was Jabari or whatever her name is, but he was the one that basically got like right under him, and he came off the bench.
Yep.
So
crazy.
it's one of those ones that I think we got a good deal for Keegan based on his size and what we've seen and kind of predictivity coming from there. I think he was at the 3. Now I think his points per game go up a little bit.
And he's more involved in the offense.
Yeah.
And then that means somebody is one of those 2, Levine or DeRozan, is gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If he gets back to that 3, that means that he and his dad did an interview on Sacktown Sports when he was talking about his natural position is that 3 spot, and Keegan telling him like he's ready to take the next step,
Yeah.
right? Even as a leader,
Yeah.
right? As a leader of the team, which I would love to see, because at the end of the day, man, like if you just think about the youth movement, we don't know who we're going to bring in, we don't
Yeah.
know who we're going to draft, but
That's why we put everything, at least me, a 3 to 5 year window.
yeah,
If you're doing that, DeRozan's not playing at 41. Like it's
he's
just-
long gone.
You're doing a 30-year-old Levine.
Yeah, for sure.
To where that 5 years at least.
Yep.
You're still getting some productivity from that spot to where DeRozan's got maybe a 3-year contract left in him.
Yep. Man, I would love to roll out that lineup you're talking about, bro.
Yeah.
Clifford, Levine, Keegan,
Yeah.
and then you just really need serviceable stretch 4,
Yeah.
right? And then Rayno.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can really do some. I think you can do some stuff with that, and it may not even pan out like the first time around.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking like, man, you just roll with that.
That lineup's going to take some bumps and bruises. right?
Absolutely.
But it's like future wise and the core wise, like I said, you're the way the NBA is set up and going out there, you're going to get somebody that's
Yep.
that's good enough to fill that spot.
Yep. And then you got, even if, Westbrook or even Schroeder's still on the team coming off the bench, you got solid backups, and then your solid backups, pretty much throughout the entire lineup,
Yeah.
right? So you don't sub out the center and it's just a complete drop off, or you sub out the power forward and it's just a complete drop off.
Yeah.
We need some balance to this roster.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Sabonis. What would you like to see back in a trade for Domantas Sabonis?
I would say, similar to what you think of DeRozan, a pick, some majority picks, but maybe like a big body center. Yeah, it's crazy because we had in what's his name last year.
Valanciunas,
Man,
now he's gone.
That guy's a bruiser.
He's a big-ass dude, yeah.
Like I said, rebounder, block shots.
Yep.
When he plays the bonus, he made it personal every year. And it's just like, somebody like that to where if we're playing max, a guy with a finesse, stretch the court, now you got somebody in there that's going to bump and get second chance points for that second unit.
Yep.
Because essentially you want somebody to get you those boards for that second unit. Because,
Yep.
Usually there's a decline in your offense when you put that second unit in. But, you still want somebody in there that's going to be able to, to secure those shots.
Yep.
It's always been, past couple seasons, let alone this first 6 games, we can't rebound, man. And even
At
if
all.
we do, it's bad decision making after. I forgot if it was the Bulls or what it was. We had some rebounds and then it was turnover.
Yep.
Rebound and
Just
who was-
careless
I
pass.
think it was Sabonis somebody or looked for Levine and Levine wasn't looking and it went out of bounds. And it's just like, I like the look, but like literally nobody's guarding you. Like push the ball. Levine's looking to fill the lanes
Yep.
as he should. You know what I mean? He's not looking to half court on the wing. You know what I mean? If Levine wanted, he's going to come to the middle of the court and ask for it and push the tempo. But
Yep.
he's looking at you like, okay, get the ball and push.
Yep.
I'll be here waiting for you to, get a paint touch and kick it. So, I would like a, serviceable big, nothing crazy, but, like I said, first rounder, second rounder.
Yep.
Because he's still, that good. Based on position wise, there's nobody out of college that's gonna kind of like fill that spot. I think a big spot
Not
right
right
now.
away, for sure.
I think what we're missing right now is already in the league.
Yeah.
I don't think at the big spot essentially is out there. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean? Because
yeah.
there's a lot of bigs. I think Auburn had a really good one. And they made it to the national championship, and their guys aren't really anything crazy.
Yep.
They got drafted and stuff like that. So nowadays, bigs that you're getting out of college aren't the guys that you're like, oh, he can be the next thing for us.
Yep.
Even that guy on the Blazers, the Asian guy.
Yeah, Hansen.
yeah,
Hansen.
yeah.
I was hoping with Hansen Yang. I was hoping I was hoping he was gonna fall to us.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because he fits the mold of kind of the new type center that can kind of do a little bit of
Yeah.
things.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't seen him yet. Like
He's
in the
decent.
regular season.
Yeah, he's decent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's decent. Portland got a sneaky
Uh-huh.
little squad on
Yeah,
him. You know what I'm saying? And they got 2 dudes over 7 feet.
Yep.
I think he's 7'1" or 7'2",
Yep.
and then you got Klingon,
Yeah.
who's 7'3". Just
Chris Murray,
big.
of course.
Chris Murray.
Lefty.
They got Drew Holiday, Chimani Kamara. That dude can play.
And they still got what's his name that we were gonna draft, the high flyer.
Shaden Sharp.
Yep.
Yep. They still got him. They got Scoot Henderson.
Coming
You
back
know what I
from
mean?
injuries.
Yeah. They got
Dame coming back.
Yep. They got Grant. Man, like they got some players. And
Grant,
Grant's
we
balling.
wanted him for years.
He's
you know what I
balling
mean?
right
Like,
now.
He's to me, if there was somebody that you can put in a position that's a 4, like that would be somebody
Jeremy
like
Grant,
that.
yeah. I like
right?
him.
If he was after Keegan,
Yep.
he's he can definitely play that spot.
Yep.
He's a defensive guy. He's always been like that. He can knock down some threes.
Yep. He can take the ball to the rack. He drives. We don't have that consistently.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Zach Levine, yes. Malik Monk, he'll do it on
It's
occasion,
just
but other than that-
Grant's contract is crazy.
yeah, yeah.
They signed him.
They
They made that.
just upped him.
They made that signing so nobody went to go get him.
Yeah, yeah.
Because essentially
absolutely.
you're not gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go.
Yep.
Kind of like or, I mean, I don't know. What do you think at the 4? If we had a Tobias Harris,
I like Tobias Harris. Like, look at wherever he goes,
yeah, J. Cole,
it goes up.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? It goes up though, right?
Yeah.
Like, when he left the Clippers, he went to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Philadelphia really wasn't nothing. They probably didn't even think they won that trade.
Yeah.
He gets there and they go up. They went on a nice little.
and he was like the
run.
4th option.
Oh yeah, but he can knock down
Yep.
There's a value on a person that can literally knock down open shots.
Yeah, there's like a few of them. You can even name Batum, even though how old he is. Guys
knock
like
down
that.
open shots.
Just
Yeah.
serviceable as far as what they need. But I like Tobias. He's got a good body size. Even similar to Grant. Grant's more.
A little more nimble,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
more elusive.
Yeah.
Tobias Harris gonna knock
yeah.
down that jump shot. I don't
you
really
can
see
think
him.
of Dylan Brooks.
Yeah.
because he's physical.
Yep.
His
bigger, though.
job is, man. Once he gets in your head and people know about it, like there's probably gonna be he's similar to Kevin Garnett.
Yeah, for
as
sure.
far as trash talk wise, like
And that dude's bigger than you think. Like
Yeah.
he's a good solid 6'7", 6'8". Like he's like
that's a guy that could play a 4 because, like I said, he's going
Yeah, yeah.
LeBron, and he's
Yeah,
like,
he ain't no punk.
Yeah.
And then just his sheer attitude is really what takes it over the top. Like if you don't have the attitude for it,
Yeah.
you can't really do it.
he's not a shooter, but you can't tell that guy otherwise.
Yeah.
21, 25
Especially
points
when he
versus
shoots.
us?
Every time
Yeah.
he shoots, he always stands
Don't
back.
let his shot hit because that's gonna
It's
boost
over
up
with,
his
yeah.
trash talk on defense and offense and
And he was hitting DeMar DeRozan with the and he was
yeah.
talking about you can't guard me. What about Bobby Portis?
I know you brought that up earlier too.
Yep.
I mean, a guy like that too. I mean, guys once again similar to Batum and Cole, knocking down shots, but energy too. Stuff
Block
like that.
shots. He
Yeah.
ain't no punk.
Yeah.
He got those big ass eyes, bro. I love them eyes,
Yeah.
bro. Like that dude look crazy.
He
Like
always-
he look like he smoked something. You
Man,
know
you
what I mean?
could
He
tell he,
came-
punched, he looked like somebody who punched his teammate.
So would he knock out
Somebody on the Bulls.
yeah, broke his face.
Yeah.
And that dude's done.
Yeah.
I would have pressed charges, bro. You break my shit and kill my career, I'm pressing
Yeah.
charges, bro.
Yeah.
So for Sabonis, like I'm thinking to me, that's probably where you can get the most value right now.
So one of those players like that.
Yeah, I think so. I think you can probably bring back a couple of players at that position. I think you can bring back maybe, somebody at that 4 or a 5 to go with them, and not that they have to be on that same level, but we're talking addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
He puts too much pressure on the coaching staff to make him so involved in the offense that it just kind of ruins it when that's not his game anymore.
Yeah.
To me, just looking at him, he looks very He looks timid to me. You know what I mean? Like he has some moments, but it doesn't look like he's too sure about what his role is on this team, and it doesn't look like he's really trying to go out of his comfort zone, to do things that the Kings need. I think he's like in this weird ass little space where
and how many dribbles, let alone his game, just like how many dribbles he has to use within the post area.
Yeah.
Like, essentially, you're not going to have that much time to make a move. It's 2, maybe 3 dribbles make a move.
yeah,
Right, but when you're down there, you're worried about bang, bang. Like every one is like a dribble,
yep,
and you're not seeing the help coming.
Yep.
And that's how the turnover happened against the Bulls, right? Like you're
Yep.
worried about hit him in his chest, and it's like, bro, the help is coming.
or you go up and you kind of got he has this little two-handed sort of flip.
Yeah.
How many little floaters did he miss in that game, bro? That was pissing me off.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're supposed to be 6'11", and you get that ball right there, man, that little floater, that floater should be money.
Yeah.
But he just kind of, I don't know what it is. Maybe it's poor form. It just doesn't look good coming off of his hand
It doesn't look
compared to
natural.
other
It looks
dudes.
like forced a little
looks
bit.
weird, right? Like it's
he's-
just like
Like let me pull this out, and
Yeah.
you can tell when somebody's been working on it.
he doesn't really work on it
Yeah.
because he kind of it's like a one-handed, like he just kind of flips it. Like I'm
Yeah.
just sitting there like you didn't aim it. You didn't
Yeah.
really good. You
It's
got
like,
some.
it's like the shots you take at Chuck E. Cheese when you're in front of the rim.
Yep.
You're just shooting straight at it. You know
Yep.
what I mean? It's just like,
Oh, we got somebody to join us. What's up, Turtle? How you doing, brother?
No, but yeah, like I said, those 4 names that we said as far as for the power forward kind of thing.
Yep.
And then you can even, like I said, go back to, if we a Daniel Gafford
Yep.
type for the center.
Yep.
One of those 4 guys in a Daniel Gafford with that lineup.
Yep.
I see us making some noise. As
I like
far
Daniel Gafford. Yeah.
As, yeah.
Let me go turn this up real quick. Let me see because we got a little gas in there.
Up top where you might get Darren Peterson from Kansas, he's only 6'6", but he's by some counts now he'd be number 1. Then Boozer, the band says you mentioned 6'9", Cam Boozer 6'9", Chris Senek Jr. from Houston.
There ain't no way you came in here to do that.
Wait.
You got something to say, or you just come? You got something to say? You just about to come here and do that?
Wait. I got a question. Wait.
What's happening?
Wait. Pause. Wait. I got a question. Hello?
Yep.
So, I'm sorry for everything I said.
we can
We couldn't even hear you.
we just turned up your mic right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
100% positive.
Oh, I was saying nigger for like 100 times, but anyways, I got a question.
Yeah.
So I want to say that I respect you so much, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I love girls. I love African people. Like you're beautiful. Like I'm sorry. like,
African
you're-
girls. You
you're
say
like
African
so
girl
cute.
here somewhere?
Wait, what?
You African? You said African girl?
Is this gonna be basketball related or what's going on?
Can one of you talk at the same time? Like, oh, sorry. Wait, what?
Nah, you're a little weird for me, bro. I'm about to get you up out of here, bro. That's crazy. I wonder how long he was on there saying nigga.
Yeah, I know. He admitted to it.
Yeah, he's nuts, bro.
Get out of here.
That's hella funny. He just popped in there saying some weird stuff, but yeah, I'm thinking like if Sabonis, I got the strange feeling, bro, that Orlando's gonna be dealing Paolo Banchero, bro. I just
right
got
to
a
it, huh?
weird feeling, yeah, because if you just look at the way Orlando's doing right now, like if you look at their play, he doesn't fit in that really. You know what I mean? Like they got the Wagners,
Yeah.
even though why do we call them Wagner and it starts
Yeah,
with a W?
Brad W. Wagner.
You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna call you Wagner, bro. I
Yeah.
can't go Bogner, whatever
Yeah.
the case. But those dudes are balling, right? Suggs, baller, right? Anthony Black, baller. And then they just have like this plethora of big ass dudes
Yeah.
that kind of like he's elite at what he does, but I don't know if they necessarily need him to do that at that position with all those other guys on that roster. You know what I mean? You're talking like a Jonathan Isaac. You're talking a damn, what's his name? He used to play with Chicago. Big ass dude too.
Oh, is that what's the name you're talking about?
Which one?
He played in Sixers too, right?
No.
No?
They
No.
They got him from Chicago.
Mm.
I can't even think of his name right
Young guy.
now. Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
But he's pretty dope too,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
they got some.
Isaac.
No.
No, Jonathan.
They still got him
Yeah.
too, which he can shoot. He
Yep.
can play D. He's big body, 6'11", almost 7 foot. Damn, I can't think of his name
I
right
know
now.
you're talking about
I hate
too.
when it does
Yeah.
that, but they just I don't. Again, we talked about Orlando having a history of trading some of their star players,
Yeah.
right? And especially the big guys. It's happened to every single one that they've had. Period. I just see I see something happening. Oh, I forgot they got Desmond Bain too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they literally have doubled down on their perimeter and the people that are oh, you turned it.
Yeah.
They're doubling down on their perimeter players,
Yeah.
right? And that perimeter impact.
Yeah.
They got the Anthony Black is like a 6'7" point guard.
Yeah.
Big ass dude. Suggs is he's like 6'4", but defender, can hit the three, right? I'm just looking at them play, and he's not even having that good of a season right now
Yeah.
either. He's struggling a little
Orlando's
bit. Right?
what 2-5, I think, right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, they're struggling a little bit,
Yeah.
right? And the first person, if their fan base is anything like Sacramento, they want them out of town.
What, now, so figuratively, I know it's two different positions.
Yep.
But if I said there's a phone call right now,
Mm-hmm.
not telling you who's has to be traded, or we let's say it is right.
Yep.
Let's say two scenarios. So Orlando's on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they're saying, of course, Sabonis and Schroeder.
Mm-hmm.
Sabonis and Schroeder, and then you got Atlanta on the phone,
Mm-hmm.
and they're saying Nick Clifford and Westbrook. And that's for Trae Young. So you taking Trae, or you taking Sabonis still?
Damn. I gotta ride with Nick. I gotta ride with Nick. I'm sorry. Yeah, I gotta ride with Nick. I wouldn't.
You're not taking Trae. You're gonna go get Paolo
Yeah.
and give up.
Yeah. I just think
Now,
that
what if they both were on the phone and they said Nick had to be part of it? You still taking Paolo? If they said Nick and Sabonis, we want him.
damn.
You put me in those scenarios. It's a hard one. I mean, because you got to think there is, there's a lot of guard heavy
I'm
in college.
gonna say no. If Nick has to be involved in it, I'm gonna say no.
No,
Yeah, I'm gonna say no. Just because we seen what happened with Halliburton, you trade, a guard that has all that potential, before we even knew what he was, but you can see it, right? As far as court vision, the swag,
Yeah.
the shot looked a little bit weird, but he would still knock it down. The leadership abilities. I kind of see similar things like that with Nick.
He's gonna more than likely there's gonna be calls that's decided by him.
By him. Oh, absolutely. I don't think he's going nowhere. Like that dude, man. Like I'm excited to see him play. I'm excited to see him get more minutes.
So right now, as it is, I don't know. Whoever let's say for some crazy reason, my bad. It's like fucking. It's like
just scared the shit out of me.
it's like Bam or somebody like that, right?
Uh-huh.
And Clifford's name was in there.
Nah, not for no damn Bam. No,
No.
it would have to. If and I don't
Yeah, who you giving up for Clifford? Like, what do you?
even know, bro.
I mean, you're holding him at that like untouchable one, like Keegan was.
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is, and that's just based on what I've seen so far and what I know and what I think he can. I'm not gonna say no. What I think he can become.
Yeah.
And again, just in a short sample size, right?
Yeah.
Just like with Halliburton, right? You can see glimpses of greatness,
Yeah.
right? He's a little bit more fluid with his ball handle than Tyrese was when he first
Yeah.
came into the league, right?
Yeah.
But the similarities are there as far as the flashy with the pass. He has great court vision, good IQ.
Yeah.
He's really handsy. He's probably better on defense than Tyrese. He's a little bit bigger than Tyrese.
Body size, yep.
Body size, right? He can defend 1, 2, and 3
Yeah.
with conviction.
Even on
right?
certain nights, have been on lineup 4.
Yeah, 4. Like if we play against the Lakers,
He's got-
he can.
To me, I mean, I've seen him side by side, but he looks like kind of better defender, body size than Keegan.
Yeah, for sure. Yep,
So-
yep. Very, very similar.
Yeah.
Very similar. But I think as far as like let's compare Keegan versus Neek coming into the league.
Yeah.
I think Neek is head and shoulders above where Keegan was.
Keegan's body size wasn't even close. What he had to gain like at least 10, 50 pounds not every season, but
But look how one-dimensional he was
Yeah.
too. They just sit in the corner and shoot threes, right?
Yeah.
Neek is going to be able to
Ball
dribble the
handler.
ball.
Yep.
You know what I mean? He can make play. He's a playmaker.
Yeah.
Keegan's not really a playmaker. I would love to see Keegan do what Kuminga's doing in Golden State.
yeah,
He doesn't have to be like the super duper athlete.
yeah.
But you can do some of the same things where
Yeah.
you're actually working in the flow of the offense. You can score when you need to score.
Yeah.
You can get to the rack. You can pass the ball. You can swing the ball, and then you can also do what you need to do when it's time for you to do it.
Yeah.
Because you look at Kuminga.
Those your moments.
Yeah. When you look at Kuminga, when Butler or Curry or maybe on the bench or whatever the
Yeah.
case, you can see how easy he does what he does. It's
Yeah.
super easy for him.
Yeah,
He goes to the rack. He gets these and ones. He can actually shoot a little bit now, which I was telling people about him being able to shoot, and people are like he can't shoot. Well, he can shoot a little bit.
last one. Clifford for McCain.
He's young. He's from Sac, right?
He's proven 30 games. You've seen it, so it's a tough one.
That's a tough one. But I like Neek, man. I just like his specific skill set. When I'm looking at a player that I would want to build around or I would have a part
Yeah.
of my team, just from a coach's standpoint,
Yeah,
right? When you're a coach, and you probably know this, you're looking for somebody that can get that offense going no matter what, who's
Yeah.
always going to make the right decision.
yeah,
I wouldn't say always, but most of the time they're going to make the right decision.
yeah,
They have the ability to not only get to the rack, but they can, break the defense down, and they're going to make the right play.
yeah,
They're not going to turn the ball over a whole lot. He can shoot. He can handle the ball. Like, when you're starting a team, like, I think that's the way to go.
Yeah.
Especially if you're rebounding. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know a whole lot about Jared McCain to compare the two,
yeah,
but I know what I've seen in Neek, and I've seen a little bit of McCain, and I know they're
I think what we were seeing already when McCain was rookie of the year.
mm-hmm.
That was before the injury.
Yep.
So for sure, I know he was going to be that.
Yeah, for sure.
So I mean, you got rookie of the year over, somebody with really good, I think a high ceiling.
Yep.
You know,
But
so-
we'll never even, again, we don't play or develop our youngsters like that, man. It's
Yeah.
like they just get them and they just sit them on the bench. Like,
Yeah.
why not? You drafted this kid, throw him out there.
Yeah.
Like, let's get him. Let's
Not
see if
just
he can be in the
acclimated,
running.
But it's just also too like, let's say they do good, whether we can keep him or he's a trade asset, right? So you can go and package him with a deal because,
Yep.
maybe before the season you're like talking as far as let's say who, like I told you that backup big,
Mm-hmm.
I keep forgetting his name, but Warriors maybe we brought him up to the Warriors and Warriors like, no, we don't want it. But now you're getting a sample size and like maybe the teams are looking like, okay,
Yep.
he's serviceable.
Yeah,
what I
for
mean,
sure.
we can use him for what we got because there's other teams that are not stacked but kind of missing those pieces that we might have.
Yep.
That basically you're not going to go for the word because at the end of the day, you're gonna take their game or a general manager's word for, oh yeah, he's solid, like he's gonna give you what you need, like
Yep.
that's another good thing that you're good and bad because you see Carter getting minutes,
Yep.
and it's not helping his value. I mean, we're not gonna deny that.
I think Carter needs more reps. Like, to me, I think he can be okay. I'm gonna say this: this roster needs to be overhauled. It's just known, right?
Yeah.
I do think, like, when you're overhauling the roster, I think he's probably a piece that's gonna stay, just
Yeah.
because of what he offers, his wingspan, the
Speed.
potential, the speed with the ball, which I wish he would show that a little bit more.
Yeah.
He dials it down a little bit
Yeah.
for whatever reason. He's probably one of the fastest. The combine
Yeah.
speed with ball, right?
like we said it also, he's
Yeah.
fastest in 2K.
Yeah, for sure.
fast.
So there's something there. Like there's something known there.
Yeah.
He has a 43-inch vertical, right? He don't really show that a whole lot either.
Yeah.
He kind of, to me, he just kind of half-asses it a little bit. Like, he just kind of jogs up. But
Yeah.
maybe Russ can get in his ear and give him a little push.
If he had the Keon Ellis contract, yeah, hey,
Absolutely.
let's rock with him.
Yep.
Let's see what we got. Let's hold him for let's see, maybe it's a bad 3 or 4 year stretch, and
Yep.
then something happens
Yep.
with $8 million, $9 million
Yeah.
a week. Oh, let's see what happens.
Yep.
And then maybe that third contract is something we boost
Yep.
up. But like I said, if he's definitely for that, then
Yep.
yeah, like there's no reason not to keep somebody like that.
Well, they just would they accept his not accept? I forgot what the terminology is on it when they his third year's.
Yeah, all
you know what I'm
playoffs
saying? Yeah,
are
his
guaranteed.
playoffs. Yeah. So he's already signed for that third year.
Okay, yeah.
So to me, that tells me that they see something there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Well, because when we did send him out to G League,
he
like the guy was
dominated.
30 points a game.
Yep.
And just hooping.
Yep.
So it's like that's what I'm pretty sure they're stuck at. Like, bro, what is really even a drop off half of that
Yep.
is 15 points a game, and then
Yep.
in the league 10 to
Yep.
15.
I think it could just again, man. I think it's the DeMar DeRozan symptom. Just the gravity that he has.
Yeah.
Like just take a look at San Antonio when he left. Look what happened to them. You know what I mean? Like there's players that actually were able to
Yeah.
play and step up. Now that
It could also be just based on like the positions we put him in, because I feel I don't know. Maybe I'm not watching every single game like from the start, but I think they put him in later on in the game. Like there's no real rhythm
yeah.
where you're putting Russ and all these guys first quarter. I don't think Carter's gotten in first quarter, second quarter. I think when I see him, it's third and fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That guy's cold. There's no rhythm.
Yep. I think
like-
in the OKC game was it okay? Yeah, I think in the OKC, I think they put him in there in the second quarter.
Yeah, which is all right. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Before halftime,
But
get him
still,
warmed up.
though, like you're still sitting there most
Yeah.
of the time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like, I do think that like once this roster gets overhauled, though, I think he's a part of it.
Yeah.
I think we just need to know, where that is. Like,
Yeah.
are you a 1? Are you a 2?
Not just that, like, are you an offensive or defense player?
Yeah.
Like, we need to know one of those things,
Yep.
right? Because we haven't seen one. Great arm length, great speed. Like, where are we using that at?
Yeah.
Because we're not telling everybody to be two-way players, but we need to know what you are as a player.
Yeah.
Like, if you're just a one-dimensional player, let's make you a great one-dimensional player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do what you're really
Yeah.
good at
Yeah.
all the time.
Like
you know what I mean?
Ellis, he was a really great shooter and scorer in college, but now he's a really good defender.
Yep.
And now he's just taking on that role as a defender,
Yep.
right? Because that's going to keep you on the court. But we need to know we're not going to treat you like Keegan,
Yeah.
3-and-D guy. Like what are you? So if we know that going into year 4 or 5, then we can work with that.
Yeah, that's interesting, man. That's an interesting conversation, man. And it's a process,
Yeah.
right? Like Joel Embiid with his injured ass always talk about trust the process.
Yeah.
There's going to be a process, but then like I would say, for Kings fans out there, there is light at the end of the tunnel because
Yeah.
I do think that they know this roster is terribly imbalanced.
Yeah.
I think they know who they want to keep, and there's probably about a good 5 or 6 players. I want to say Neek. I want to say Max. Levine, he's definitely a keeper. I hope
Yeah.
they keep him. But I think Scott Perry also said he's going to be opportunistic.
Keegan, Monk, those guys, I see them still being,
Yeah.
guys too, because, I still see Monk as a six man.
I love me some Malik Monk, man. He's
that
balling
is
right now.
That Bobby Jackson-esque kind
Yeah,
of
for
player
sure.
you need.
You need that. Yeah, you need that
Guy
off the
that's
bench
gonna-
for
yeah,
sure.
He's still got the energy. He's still
Yep.
that kind of guy that can give you 3 threes in 25 seconds. You
Yep.
know, if you let him. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Like, and just the dunks. Nobody jumps as high as that guy does.
Yep.
You know what I mean? It's just like I see him being a piece, but it's not. Like we said before the season, I said, yeah, we're gonna figure out what this team is, but at the end of the day, to have a team like this and know you have, let alone assets yourself to move around, is a great thing to have.
Yeah.
Right? Because if this happened 5 years ago, who do we have to trade? Like, nobody's there. Nobody's picking the call. I guarantee you hit up the Clippers, they're going to be interested in DeRozan somehow.
Yeah, some kind of way. They
Right.
want every old ass.
LA
old-
might want it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the Lakers. Like,
They can use him for sure.
Yeah,
they
you know,
can use him.
there's a lot of teams that can use DeRozan that are going to give stuff up for him.
That's one player that I'm not scared to get rid of, man.
I think our mindsets are the same when it comes to Devin Carter and DeMar DeRozan. Like,
Yeah.
yours is DeRozan and mine's Carter for some reason.
But hear me out, because I know what DeMar DeRozan is going to do, and I can take joy in, like, let's say we traded this asshole to the Sixers, right?
Yeah.
I can take joy in watching him just completely disrupt their offense. You know what I'm saying? Because you know he's going to do it, right?
Yeah.
Maybe the first game, no, but at some point once he gets comfortable, you know damn well that dude's about to disrupt the hell out of that offense.
Yeah.
Everywhere he goes, he just disrupts the offense, period.
Yep.
I know why San Antonio got rid of him. You know, Popovich ain't having that.
Yeah.
He probably couldn't get rid of that dude fast enough.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'll take great joy. I don't really care what we get back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We'll take some basketballs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, some good ones. You know what I mean? Some Joel Embiid signed basketballs or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm super like. I tell people this. People be coming at me on social media. It's hella funny. But I take pride in watch. I love to see the Kings win, and I love to see them get the hell beat out of them. You know, so sometimes I'm just watching it like, because when they get the hell beat out of them, it's like, okay, I hope the front office is seeing that.
Yeah.
And I'm looking
Well,
at,
you know, it's because every time they go to Perry's
you
just
see him
standing there and
he looking crazy as hell.
always there's something in his head.
He looking crazy like, we gotta get this damn Sabonis out of
Yeah.
here. I need to start making some phone calls.
Yeah.
Or get DeRozan out of here. 'cause
And
he
like I
keeps
said,
stopping
they're you know, who's to say that there's not a crazy team? How we see it is not how other teams see it.
They just see the
Right?
stats.
Because like going back to it, the two players, Doncic and Desmond Bain.
Yep.
Those two GMs saw those guys totally different.
Yep.
Like, and I get you're getting AD. That guy just got injured the other day. AD. You're getting a guy that can't stay on the court for somebody that's bad weight habits. Like, yeah, you can say whatever you want. And then you got Orlando, which is Desmond Bain is barely putting up 10 points a game, and you gave up 5 first runs for him, right? So who's to say that we can't make a phone call and they're like treating Sabonis as,
Yeah.
whoever it may be, you
Yep.
know, Hercules.
Yep.
You know,
His numbers just ain't helping him out right now. Though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You
But
know
that's
what I mean?
why a lot of teams know sometimes Sabonis might be in. I need a new
Need a new home,
new
new
home,
environment.
new environment, and then I can kind of reset.
Okay. So we talked about this before, but I can't really see him in a whole lot of places outside of like Orlando.
That's the thing. We can't.
But
but,
somebody, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you know? I mean, if he takes a role, like I don't know. Like I still see him like, have like say he went back to Indiana.
Mhm.
I still see him being a solid player for Indiana, right?
I can see that. Yeah,
Back.
but I can see DeRozan out there too. You know what I mean? Just because.
Because Siakam's kind of the same kind of
Yeah.
back
That's true.
down,
Yeah.
post up, turn around, like it's just
That's
what
true.
it is. So
Yeah.
that
And I'm just thinking from just a scoring
I mean,
in a name
the
standpoint.
guy that didn't want to sign you can Jalen Duren for Sabonis. If you wanted to,
I'll take that in
you
a
know,
heartbeat.
So who knows if Duren's going to stay there? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Or if you do a Kessler for a Sabonis, because
I'll do that in a heartbeat, too.
So it's a lot of stuff out there that
Yep.
you got to think of. So I think there's a lot of teams that are kind of positioned to where they still might see Sabonis like we don't see him.
Yes, sir.
Which
Yes,
is not
sir.
a bad thing, but hopefully, I'm not going to call it a nightmare, but hopefully we start to see something, whether that's trades or rumbles or, we'd love to win,
Yep.
but at the end of the day, after the 82 games, this roster's going to look different.
Yep, for sure. Well, all right, man. We done this thing long enough, man. It was a Sabonis heavy podcast, but I think he deserves it right now. You know what I mean? The team is 1-4, which is
1-5.
1-5. Is it 1-5?
Yeah, 1-5.
That's disgusting. Is it 1-5? I thought it was 1-4. That was the first
Somebody
five.
keeps posting on Facebook too every game. They're like road to 81 and 82. Every time they lose, the number changes.
182. I seen something that was really cool too. Somebody said, "Fucking suck," right? And they had the
Oh,
Kings.
the Kings?
Yeah, that was pretty creative, man. Shout out to whoever did that. That's pretty creative. But I also seen the trade Doug Christie right after that too.
No,
But
it's
anyway,
1-4, my bad.
okay. But yeah, man, let's wrap this thing up.
Yeah.
Got any shout outs or anything you wanna?
No, like something for me. I'm just looking forward to. Got high school basketball starting Monday.
Yes, sir.
Tryouts.
Okay.
And I'm excited. Kind of getting back to the atmosphere. If you guys don't know, Sac High, probably the place to be this year. So if you guys come out, check out some games, just support the local boys.
Yeah, man.
See the young talent we got. We got some studs over there
Do you?
that talent wise that the boys are gonna make some noise.
Yeah. That's dope.
Shout out to King Griffin and Phillips. Two kids over there that are working hard every day in practice, and man, just top to bottom, that varsity team is gonna be nice this year.
Nice.
A lot of teams are. I'm excited to see how everybody plays. Modesto Christian is loaded this year. Destiny Christian coming back, looking to bounce back from the playoffs last year. Jesuit You know, so I'm excited for the season, man.
Yes, sir. That's why they call him Coach Mark.
Yeah.
I'm actually getting ready to try to pick up a little assistant coach gig at my
Yeah?
little 6th grade coach.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Hopefully you get that.
Yeah, man. I mean, they need it. Yeah, they
Yeah.
need it. Last
Start
year,
somewhere.
yeah, last year. I mean, I did 5th and 6th grade. We went undefeated. We blew everybody out.
Yeah.
They didn't invite me back to coach no more.
Yeah, it's all right. Like, so
You know what I mean? But yeah,
it gives you the drive. You know, what I mean,
Oh, man.
we've always been there. You know, I've
Yeah,
been doing this
for sure.
for 12, 13 years, and man, there's a lot of chips on my shoulders still to
absolutely.
you know kind of keep this thing going. But like I said, these kids make it all better.
Yeah, man. You love just, the teaching aspect, you
Yep.
know, just watching that light bulb cut on,
Yeah.
teaching them, passing on that knowledge, man.
Yep.
For sure. Well, thank you, Coach Mark. Appreciate you, my brother. Happy Halloween.
Yep. Same to you.
Thank you to everybody watching. Hey, on November 7th, so the contest is going to be officially over on the 1st of the month, on November 1st. So I'll be selecting a winner, and then on November 7th, I'll be announcing the winner. So thank you to everybody who subscribed. I'll be picking the winner, and we'll be sending them on a complimentary vacation somewhere in the world. But again, thank you guys for joining us. My name is Carl Thornton Jr., a.k.a. Chip. We got Coach Mark in the building, and we'll see y'all next time. Peace.